I thought you were gay, Sax.
You never thought I was gay. You never thought I was gay. You couldn't even sell that if you tried to. I will screenshot my search history. Actually, no, let me rephrase
You're
that.
not gay, Zach? Are you serious?
I will
That's a
screenshot
fucking lie.
I will screenshot my search history and show it to you, not her, but you, just to confirm. Moving on, because I hit the record button.
Yeah, gay porn. Just what we wanted to see, Zach.
Yeah, we know you wanted to see it, which makes absolutely no sense, because why does a woman who likes other women love to fucking purchase and watch men have sex? Because that makes sense. Moving on, because I hit the fucking record button.
Because they're make believe. I have standards, Zach.
Everything in that sentence, just literally everything in that sentence sounds like it was drunk. Moving on. Okay, so I hit the live stories button. I would love to do a normal intro, but as we've seen, it got ruined by chaos. Ironically, not the chaos who I thought was going to be here today, but meat sauce. That didn't sound right. Anyways,
Hector Lassie.
Welcome to the next episode of Live Stories. I'm your host and sometimes referee, the friendly neighborhood Zach Stat Pearson. And today, I'm joined by the man, the lift, the eternal legend, the OG of OGs. In fact, his O's a zero because he's been here since day zero, Pikamitsu.
Well, I'm here. I'm still living. The pandemic is a bitch, and it can suck my nuts.
Oh yeah, meat sauce. You can swear on this channel.
No shit, buddy.
Hey, hang on. I think someone's my headset. Hang on.
You know what? I'm so tempted to make her nickname Sloppy Joe just to piss her off. But moving on.
You think that pissed me off? I love that. That sounds really nice. Are you feeling alive?
Anyways.
Okay. Back.
Moving on. All right. So, our next member, one of our newer folks, but holding down that South area, the farmer himself, Deathclaw.
What's going on, bola pendejos?
Okay, so in case you didn't know, I'm gonna break whatever you call this so you can understand what goes on. So normally when we do live stories, everybody, even if they don't have an avatar that's going to be in the video, they get a comical improv introduction, and then they say something to the audience. So, for example, yours is going to be what I'm about to say, and then when I stop, you go and say hello or whatever you want to say to the audience. Just make sure you keep it under like 8 seconds, okay?
I'm Genshin Dick.
Okay.
No. No. Did you change it to that?
I'm allowed to get.
Did you change my name to that?
No, your name is still Meat Sauce, but it's my server, so I can give you a nickname on the server.
Genshin Dick. Can you make it Genshin Cock instead? I feel like that was better.
This is going to be the beginning of a very, very frightening partnership. Okay.
Wait, is Cock legal in the U.S. already?
What?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention at this point in time, so I thought I heard something about cockfighting, so just in case.
I'm in, brother.
No, don't tempt him. I think he actually knows where they do cockfights. So yeah. And introducing our newest tumor, hailing from the great rectal state of Ohio. And no, I'm not saying it because it's red. I'm saying it because she makes me see red. Meat sauce.
Ohio doesn't exist, actually.
Oh.
Yes, I'm here. I'm feeling very alive.
Yeah, well, you still haven't learned how to use that button.
Huh?
Nothing. In case it wasn't obvious, besides being the most hyperactive, Meat Sauce is the baby of the group. So if any of you are wondering,
Let's go.
why she speaks the way she does, blame her entire generation and her chin. Now, so this one, I won't say this is more of a scary situation, but it's more of a, it was supposed to be scary, but it kept getting funny situation. So tempted just to mute that motherfucker. So, I'm pretty sure we've all, or at least, the cool kids, so most of us minus one person, we've all had our fair share.
Yeah, sucks to be Zach. Jesus.
I could literally change your name to that, but then you'd find a way to piss me off.
I think no matter what you change my name to, I think I'll like it.
Nope. Not gonna tempt fate. Not gonna tempt fate. Moving on. So, as many people have in their younger days, you try to go to parties, or you try to go to parties where there are gonna be older kids. I ain't gonna bullshit. I did that, but I didn't realize it was gonna be that easy for me. I ain't actually look like super young, and if I didn't say anything, usually people thought I was 2 to 3 years older at the time. If only that ended up sticking in my adult life. So,
any of you that know, Sex looks like an NBA basketball player, like pro. We're talking about fucking Michael Jordan in his prime. That's what he looked like.
I'm not lanky or bald. Anyways, so
like Joe Biden and his dementia.
Still can't tell what you are. That being said, so one summer I just happened to be going over my cousin's house. But these are my cousin's house in what we like to call the sticks. I know that means different things in different places, but in this case, in Illinois, the sticks just means you live somewhere where there are barely people and there are barely buildings. And ain't no public transportation.
So in other words, the boonies, where I live, where you will see a cow in your neighbor's yard.
Well, you live on a ranch, so that's kind of expected. So,
agriculture. It's good for you.
Yeah, it is. So, I get there Thursday night. They say, hey, there's going to be a party Saturday night. We's going to try to sneak in. I was like, did you just say we's? So, started ragging them a little bit for it, but nothing serious. I go to bed. Apparently, they wake me up. I go to bed like midnight-ish. I do whatever I'm going to do that day, and I start trying to fall asleep on Friday. Then, like around midnight, they say, hey, change of plans. The party's right now. I was like, oh, fuck. Well, how far we got to go? Oh, just once you get down the front porch, turn left, and then just keep going until you hear the noise and see the lights. I was like, man, y'all country folk do shit different. We're from Illinois. Yeah, but you live country. Come on now. You have overalls. So, we start going to this party.
I got a question about this.
What?
How the fuck you guys do this shit? Usually we just light a ton of shit on fire and everybody gets drunk and high.
What? How do we do what?
Punch parties, usually whenever
you gotta remember, this isn't a regular in-city party. This is a party in the stick, so it works how you think it does. Except there were
the honky party.
Yeah, like I said, it's usually a bonfire, a shit ton of booze, and maybe one or two chicks getting too drunk and then stripping in front of the bonfire.
And fucking siblings.
Okay, we're not.
That's
talking
Alabama.
About, we're not talking about rednecks and hillbillies. And this is still in Illinois. So, I go there, and supposedly no one at this party is supposed to be 18, but the grass is tall as fuck, or the whatever those plants are, it was everywhere, and there was just a pit, like a really wide pit. There was stones and chairs, people sitting on, like it was an actual just outdoor get together little hoedown shit with a big ass fire. But every so often, somebody would throw random things into the fire that would make it temporarily change colors, and people thought it was cool. And it was. When else are you going to see like a 20-foot high purple flame? you know? So I get in there and I'm just like, hey, I look at this shit and I'm just like, hey, how is he turning that color to the fire? So I look to the right of me and I immediately see two drunk girls who can't like stand up straight trying to make out on the keg. There was a lot of kegs. So I'm just like, don't let them notice you're staring. Don't let them notice you're staring. Now this is 15, 16-ish year old me. Lesbians are not a new concept for me. But seeing them be lesbians in public is. And I don't want to look like some pervert and, you know, just gawk and stare and giggle in my head and like Peter Griffin and shit. But my eyes are like looking in that direction. My body's just not. And I'm also trying to hide my boner. So I start messing around, getting to know people. People come up talking to me. And I'm, of course, getting asked every single black question or minority question that no one wants to answer at a fucking party from stupid people who have never seen somebody of a different skin tone that wasn't on a TV screen or video game. To be fair, there's nothing wrong with asking those questions. Sometimes.
They have no filter over there, okay?
Well, yeah, they didn't. But
yeah,
also,
honky.
I would just like to point out the person saying that theoretically is not racist for anyone who cares on YouTube land. Anyways, so people started asking me questions. Hey, so like, does the hair like block some of the sun? Like, I'm not even paraphrasing. That was like one of the first questions I got. Didn't ask me my name. Didn't ask me who I was. Just immediately went there.
What does that mean? Isn't that for everybody?
No, it's not.
Bruh.
Some people are bald.
Okay, that was good. So I just told them, hey, bro, move a little bit to the left because I still wanted to make sure I could see those making out lesbians at the corner of my fucking eye. Again, this is the first time situation for me. I'm not like that now, obviously, because, you know, the shit's not new anymore. But, all right. So he asked me like, yeah, and that's another one. Why do y'all always have to bring up bras when you're talking to other guys? It's like, so now he's actually got my attention. Now I'm looking at this motherfucker. It's like, hey, what's your name? Kyle. Kyle, are you drunk? I gotta be drunk just because I'm asking a question? It's like, Kyle. Now I know this is a bad idea, and I know that the answer to the question is to not ask the question. Kyle, how many black friends do you have? Who would like to guess what number he told me?
2.
What'd you say, Deathclaw?
1.
Okay. Let me just fill you in, being the other black person here.
Thank you.
If you have to ask how many black friends you have, the answer is almost always going to be 0.
But on top of that, a lot of people like to squirm or manifest a black dude out of air. Because, you know, if there's one thing we've learned from the legal system, you can legally do that and get away with it.
I mean, when it comes to like the whole racism talk, it's like, I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
I fucking love that people still say that shit too. Like, people think that's a joke from old TV. No, they still do that.
Yeah.
Stop that.
It's like you have to like prove you're not racist. Oh yeah, I got a black friend. It's all good.
Yeah, it's like they think like mentioning they voted for Obama means that they're somehow not capable of being a fucking idiot. Obama does not make you
Yeah.
idiot-proof.
Dude, I've invited some white friends over, like whenever I make a liscada or whatever.
Oh, this is.
And I make a salsa. I make salsa, right? But my salsa is a type of salsa that'll burn your anus the day after, or an hour after, depending where you want to look at it, right? So whenever my white friends come over, I tell them, hey, just so you know, the salsa's good, but you won't be able to handle it. They're like, oh, it's okay. I eat a lot of salsa. I got a Mexican friend or two, and you know,
because that's relevant.
Next thing you know, they're over here looking for milk. I don't drink milk.
No, he does not.
Unfortunate.
I know you ain't talking. Anyways, but yeah. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna just blow your mind real quick. Because the vowel sounds are the vowel sounds, and also nicknames and colloquialisms are what they are. You can use or say different words or shorten certain words, alter the letters a little bit to make them more easily able to be understood. You've never seen bruh in writing, right? No? What's a colloquialism? Is that like a calculator? No, it's not. A colloquialism is just a local nickname, slang term, or definition for something that anyone from that area would probably know. Oh yeah, like lazy noose. I was like, I'm not gonna ask you what that means. But listen, when you hear people saying bruh, they're not saying bra like things girls wear. My mama doesn't wear those. She probably should though. Holy shit, bro. Again, and I'm barely paraphrasing. Like, this is almost verbatim what I'm being told. Right? So, I straight up said point blank, hey, listen, bruh is spelled one of two ways, B-R-U or B-R-U-H. It's a slang word or a slang term written. Some people call it ebonics. Okay?
Wow, we're really to that point where you're going over bruh lore. Oh my God.
You see what I'm dealing with, though.
It's sex we're talking about here. This man had an IQ of...
Are we though?
You're trying too hard, meat sauce. Anyways, so I'm just like, oh, he just goes, oh, hey, what's your name? No. Hey guys, come meet No. I was like, no, the fuck, he just didn't do that. So I literally face palmed in real life, and then when he was talking to somebody, he's like, who is No? Do you mean Noah? And I just dipped off, and I went back into the woods and the trees, not the trees, the grassy tall shit, and I just did a U-turn so I could come out on a different part of this bitch, because I kind of didn't want to deal with this dude, possibly for the rest of the millennium. And I kind of want to see where them lesbians went. Shut up, meat sauce.
Okay, sex, I'm going to give you some pointers here, right? You're sending tall grassy shit, so it's one of three things. Either hay, alfalfa, or grain.
Well, it wasn't grain, I know that much. So it was either hay or alfalfa, which I don't know what the fuck alfalfa even looks like, but okay. So at this point, I'll come out on the other side, and my foot hits something, and I'm just like, shit, and it goes ding, like it echoes and stuff. So I was trying to think, what the hell is that? Why the hell did that thing just go ding? So I look down, and there's a tilted keg sideways, and I just like, okay, well, let me roll this bitch out, right? So I come out this other side and say, hey, that guy found another keg. Dude, bro. I don't know who any of these people. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. Oh, did you find the tap? I was like, no. I can go try to see if it's back there. So I go back walking in this woods. It's like, I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this. I should be enjoying the party and the lesbians at this point. And the free food. But mostly the lesbians. So I start walking around, and I see a hand, not like, severed hand, but just like a hand sticking out of a part of the grass that didn't get flattened. And I was like, yo, you okay? The hand doesn't move. Hey. Hello? Good evening. No, not you guys. And I was like, you know what? This looks like some scary movie shit. Hey, come here. So there's some random people that heard me yelling out, hey, hello, and all this stuff. Is that a hand? So, this is, we got cell phones at this point in time. So 2 or 3 people turn on some lights. Is like, is there just someone standing there with their hand sticking out? It looks like a girl's hand. It's a nice hand. So we look at the dude for like 3 seconds. He acknowledges it was weird and he doesn't try to make eye contact. We go back to looking. And one girl just says, well, maybe they're drunk and they're standing there peeing. It's like, girls don't pee standing up. It's like, well, I mean, we could, but I was like, and I'm just like, okay, let's try to get this investigated. Somebody got a long stick or something. So then the shortest girl was like, a long stick. Pervert's like, I ain't mean it like that. So she just walks over there. She's skipping. We're keeping the light on her, right? And she high fives the hand. It doesn't move. So I was like, hey, like, go in there. Will you come with me? It's like, man. Which apparently she mistook for no, which I'm okay with that. I was about to, but she took it as a no. So she comes out there, right? She goes in there, like, she really only going like maybe a full 4 inches. She really just stuck her head and one of her arms in there. And she slowly pulls herself back out, and then she turns around and looks at us. And she doesn't say anything. So I just said, why you got this like Texas Chainsaw Massacre look on your face? I think
this sounds like that.
Yeah, and I was, and I don't know how old that movie was this time, but it was becoming a classic or some shit. And she just walks towards us really, really fast.
What movie did Meat say? I didn't understand.
She was just saying that the situation does sound like it came out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a horror movie that happens around a farm or an empty ranch or something.
No, I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I just didn't understand Meat.
Yeah, well, she was essentially agreeing with me, which is possibly never going to happen again because it defies the laws of physics. But anyways, so she walks over really, really fast and she's not blinking, and she goes past us and she goes and pulls down. She starts tapping on this dude who was on the other side of the party, and it's like 6'4" dude with muscle and in overalls gets up, and he just looks confused, and he starts coming over here, and he just starts taking off and running, right? So we make a hole for him, and we keep the light shining in his direction. He really don't need it. He's taller than all the damn like grass and shit or whatever it is, the alfalfas. So we just look at each other, right? And he just straight up says, and I just look at these other 2 people that I don't know. Is like, okay, so you guys aren't out here doing like some weird ass drug shit, right? It's like, well, how do you feel about weed? I know weed is like a sore topic for your kind right now. It's like,
you're kind. He really said you're kind.
Weed is like the biggest thing for hicks. So it's not something foreign to them.
Depends on where you're from. Apparently, if you're in Louisiana, it's mushrooms because they grow everywhere. Like the cops can't even stem the flow without setting everything on fire, so they legit just grow everywhere. But that's another story for possibly a month and a half from now. Moving on. So, he just makes this noise, and again, all we see is his head, maybe a little bit of shoulder, and he just goes, I was like, what the fuck? So he has a girl that was like, someone stuck pieces of wood or whatever, in that little prop up thing, or that little, whatever they call the thing that you use to hold up a scarecrow. They had that made out of wood, and they stuck it in her clothes. So that's why her hand was sticking out there, because she couldn't move it. Also, she had fallen asleep there, and it looked like she peed herself.
Wait. So you're saying that not only did this chick appear to have pissed herself, they put her on a redneck version of a cross?
No, they put her on a redneck version of the scarecrow holder or holster.
Isn't that just basically a cross?
I don't know. If anybody knows, it's going to be that far.
I think it is.
It's just a cross, because
Okay. Well,
you need something to arms up and the head up.
They nailed a piece of her outfit onto it, and they tied up her feet. She was not dead. She had no bruises on her. It was just a really fucked up thing to do. And whoever did it, they were gonna come back and get her, but it was still beyond disgusting, right? So we wake her up. She starts crying. I temporarily let her borrow my coat, cover up the piss. And we start talking to her. And at this point, a lot of other people have noticed in the party, right? So 2 people come up, 2 dudes show up, and they got a piece of the fire. Now, one has a blue torch and one has a green torch. Now, like I said, they were throwing random things in the fire to make it randomly change colors, or to keep it from to make it temporarily change colors, or try to make it permanent. Sometimes it was dust, sometimes it was chemicals. I don't know what was going on. And to be fair, it didn't feel like it was a drug situation. It just looked like a bunch of people who wanted to see fire in different colors, because I didn't feel no type of high or anything the whole time I was there. So we get this girl, and I'm looking at these fires like I'm some little kid. Ooh, yes. Even I almost had ADD back in the day. And she's telling people what happened. And one dude, the biggest dude, they gave him one of the sticks. So now this 6'4" or 5 dude is holding a flame above us all. And someone noticed that, right? Because while she's telling the story, and I'm telling her, hey man, don't worry about giving her coat back. Hey, look, I think I live the closest to this little shindig. My cousin's house is right there, and I see my cousin, and he's actually starting to come with my bigger cousin, and he was like, clear out, get the fuck out. I was like, and all you hear somebody go, hey, shut up. And they said it like the guy from Family Guy, and everyone just starts laughing. No, we gotta go. So then the big dude, the little piece of wood he was holding that was on fire, it like exploded in his hand. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, oh man. So we're putting out the fire because a little fragment in a bunch of plants and stuff can turn into something huge real quick, right? So we're taking it seriously. And I'm patting the girl off too and shit. She's thanking me and blah 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 blah. And then my cousin Rick gets over to me. He's like, Rick, what the hell is the problem? They're shooting. I was like, what? So then we see some grass that was behind me, like something cut it, and it just starts flowing off and laying on the ground and blowing towards the clearing. I was like, somebody's got a sniper rifle. No, it's not a sniper rifle, but they're a shit shot. Get the fuck out! So then he just starts chasing people around and yelling because they're not understanding the severity of the situation. I'm picking up this girl. Yeah, I'm picking up this girl. Like, hey, I think we really gotta go. Those people that did this to you, were they gonna kill you? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, what actually happened? I was like, you weren't listening? So then I just started picking up her. I picked her up and started running, right? And the next thing you know is there is I want to say station wagon. There was some type of like van, but it had like a smaller version of monster truck wheels. It basically had outdoor wheels on it, and it was barreling towards this whole entire opening, right? So everybody spreads out. Everybody's gonna run. Some people say they're gonna get their gun, but remember, it's a field and it's dark, and we got one light source, but we're heading away from the light source. So people are trying to find out where they're going on memory, right? And this is where shit goes from being scary to being kind of sort of just funny and fucked up. So I'm carrying this girl, right? And we are just bolting towards the house. I know all I gotta do is make a straight line south. I'm fine, right? So I start getting near the house. I told her, hey, you go in. One of my cousins is probably gonna be behind you. I'm gonna try to see if I can see something from off the porch, because the way the house was designed, it was like a rectangle. So if I jump up on the railing on the side of the porch and I look over to the side, I can see what's behind the house completely, right? Shit you not, I saw a fragment of gutter, of rain gutter, get a hole blown in it. I literally turned into a ball and I rolled backwards like my name was Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was like, nope. So I went inside the house and I went and talked to my cousin's grandma. She's not biologically related to me. She's a grandma from another side. I was like, hey, ma'am, we gotta go. They out there shooting again. I was like, yeah. Oh, well, I know you're not from here, but that's actually pretty common. Like, no. I don't think you understand what's going on. And then right then, boof, 2 people fall into the house and they broke the door. And she just said, I know damn well y'all didn't just break my whole ass door. And I kind of didn't want to laugh, but I did, because when you see an old lady say, break my whole ass door, it's just kind of funny. To be fair, it wasn't a wooden door. There was a screen door. I left the wooden door open because, hey, I was about to go back the fuck out, right? So we tell her what the hell happened, and she's like, oh, well, you go put your coat in the washing machine. I'm gonna take this nice lady over here, and I'm gonna go get her a change of clothes. Everything will be fine. I was like, Miss Grandma, and I know that's not her name, but I actually do call her that because when I first met her, everyone called her Grandma. Then people told me, oh, she's not your grandma, and I'm 3, and I just said, I don't feel like learning no names. You're Miss Grandma, and it just stuck. So,
Yo, Thomas pulling out a 12 gauge.
No, she's washing clothes. So I'm talking to the dude because the dude, it wasn't Rick that came in. Rick is still, I don't know, trying to save people. I don't know where he is, but hey, he my cousin. I'm going to go back for him. And I would do that for 2 of the people that are here right now. I just want y'all to know that. So I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know who you are. I'm Bobby. Okay, Bobby, listen, I got some cousins out there. I don't know if you got guns or something, or if y'all got, phones. Like, I spent my battery up, man. Okay, well, look, there's a lot of other people in this neighborhood. It's like 13. 13? That's it? It's like, yeah. Okay, well, fuck. Y'all know this area. Yeah. Okay, can y'all kind of sort of see around in the dark and get to another house? Start asking questions. Well, most of the people who would be in those houses were at the party, or at least their parents were. I was like, well, hopefully somebody's dad's in, middle of nowhere, Illinois, and mom's got guns. See what you can do. I'm going to try to find my cousin. You sure that's a good idea? No, the fuck I'm not. So, I start like slowly going back there, make sure I don't get near any openings. Because remember, this giant fire's still there and it's back to a normal color. It's like an orangish red type situation, right? So then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, while I'm getting close to it, I just hear,
nice.
what the fuck? And then I hear, I'm like, oh my God, don't turn around. I was like, Rick.
It's just a prank, bro.
No, I wish that was what happened. Rick, do you even have a shovel? Why didn't you just run towards the house? I got lost, man. I'm scared. Yeah, apparently you're scared shitless. So me and him start laughing. And then next thing I heard is, it's coming from over there. I was like, so I turn around and I'm like, Rick, hurry the fuck up. It's like, I think I'm empty. I was like, help me up. I was like, no. I'm sorry, but if I'm going to die, it's not going to be with a potential shit hand being held by me. Because he took a straight up shit in the middle of that, like, grass. A loud shit. That's what the noise was. It wasn't a fart. It was a shart. He was shitting and farting at the same time.
Wow.
To this day, he will always claim he just had to take a shit. He wasn't scared to the point of taking a shit. But to this day,
my hero.
But to this day, no one actually knows for sure or believes him. And it's just more fun not to. So, it was like, okay.
Bro, I'll have to interrupt you on this. Honestly, if somebody's shooting at us and some motherfucker's taking a shit, I'm not going to assume that they need to take a shit. I'm going to assume they got so scared they shit themselves.
I mean, wouldn't you? Shit. Well, we know someone would. Anyways.
No, I think I'd pee a little.
Okay, to be fair, I technically wasn't talking about you. And let me pause this because I don't want to have a recording of me complimenting you on record. Hold on.
Meat sauce?
Okay, so
Me? Me? Because you're right. Just wait till you hear my fucking story time. Holy shit. Wow.
yeah, well, for those who are wondering what just happened, I temporarily hit the pause button for undisclosed reasons. Anyways,
A compliment. That complimented me. Wow.
oh no, too bad you can't
Oh,
prove
shit.
that. Anyways,
Oh shit.
I don't need to, baby girl. It's all right.
the fuck. I'm not gonna with you. Okay, so I was like, okay, listen, I don't want to lead them back to the house. Yeah, Miss Grandma's in there and the girl's in there too. Why is she in there? Well, I was carrying her and I ran back to the house. You ran back to the house with her? It's like, what the fuck was I supposed to do? Now, mind you, we're doing this thing that he was taught me earlier where you can like walk sideways a little bit and you won't disturb the grass as much. So, you know, you'll be harder to find and you don't knock down the alfalfa or whatever the fuck that shit was. And we're just having this conversation. I was like, why are you like mad at me for bringing her in there? What the fuck else was I supposed to do with her? I mean, I don't know. You could have put her on someone else's front porch and shit. I was like, bro, do you know her? Like, nah. So she pissed herself, and we think someone might have been shooting at her or was coming back to kill her or maybe, I don't know, traffic her or some bullshit. And you're mad at me because I brought her in the house? Why? Well, look, man. I'm bad with girls. I was like, that's not fucking important right now, bitch. So then we just heard a shotgun go off and we just started running. We don't even know if it was pointing in our direction. We just started running, right? Like our brain shut off and we just started running, right? So eventually we hit a gate. Or we don't like physically hit it. We stop when we see a gate. And we are just like, I didn't know we could run that fast. Like, bro, I didn't even know I was running. I just heard the gunshot and then boom, gate. I was like, okay, what is this gate? Okay, so let me think. I think this is Mr. Malcolm's house, which means we gotta make a right on the south side of it. No, we gotta make a left and then another left once we get to the south side tail end of his gate. I was like, oh, okay, why? Well, because he works at a steel mill company, but he's also an artistic type of welder. So he keeps like small beams and stuff in his backyard that he paid for. And we could hide behind them at least until this shit's over. Or if we can see where other people are, we can steer them towards us. It's like, holy shit, that's pretty smart, Rick. I told you I'm not stupid. It's like, okay, now that didn't ruin it, but it was kind of sus. And this is before we had kind of sus. All right, so I get on the other side of it with him, and we're there, right? So here's the thing, though. Mr. Malcolm is coming out of his house, and he just got in his car. So when he got in his car, he turned the lights on, or the lights came on. He saw us, and he was like, "Rick, what the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "There was somebody shooting at us," and I answered, "There's somebody shooting at us when we were in that little pit fire party." It's like, someone shot at you. Is that what that was? I was like, what else could it have been? I was like, look, I can tell you're not from here, but listen, pretty much everybody around here got a gun. It's just a custom to go about a mile and a half, maybe 2, out into the field if you're going to go shooting, especially when there's no hunting. So you're telling me that this motherfucker can possibly keep shooting all night and no one would fucking think to call the cops or a sheriff? Well, it's technically Saturday. I was like,
to the boonies, say boy.
Yeah, so he said, well, it's technically Saturday. And I yelled at him, that's the least fucking important thing you said all day. Right? So he's like, who are you talking to? I'm just like, this motherfucker is 5'4" and barely 120 pounds soaking wet if he lucky. I stand up and like, are you serious right now? It's like, so your voice still cracks? And my cousin Rick started laughing at me, so I turned around and shot him a look, right? Dude pulls out a gun and he's already got it pointed at me. I was like, again, I know you're not from here. Now, is it a drunk bastard with too much ammo? or something else. He pulls the gun away, he pulled the gun away, and then I bitch slapped him, and I took his gun and I ejected the clip and pulled the bullet out the slot. And I said, there was this girl we found in the field. She was hanging up like a scarecrow. She was unconscious, not dead, but unconscious. And when we pulled her down, some dudes started shooting, and they got in some weird looking SUV type vehicle that's been converted to be able to do off-road. And he's been trying to plow through. Everyone scattered and run. And then not too long ago, we heard a shotgun shot that was at least maybe less than 15 feet away from us. So he stands back up. He reaches for the gun. I throw it in his car. He apologizes for making it look like he was going to murder me. I apologize for bitch slapping him in the face. Richter shit himself again. Oh, Richter. Sorry. Rick. Why'd I say Richter? Rick shit himself again. And I know this not because I heard something, but because this Malcolm dude said, oh, there must be a cow nearby. I was like, a cow? You don't smell that? I was like, yep, Rick shit himself. So now we have a count of 2 different Rick shits. So I tell him, hey, look, listen, do you think we can go try to like find some people? Like, okay, well, based on this situation, I know the sheriff isn't supposed to have a night person on duty, but we all know that's bullshit. All right, I'm going to go drive over to the house. My windows are bulletproof by sheer total accident. I keep a lot of steel in the back as if it wasn't obvious. Sometimes they break windows, so I got stronger windows. I should be fine. Okay. I'm going to go back. I'm going to walk down. We're going to walk down back to the house, and we'll go talk to Miss Grandma. It's like, Miss Grandma. It's like, it's a nickname for my cousin's grandma. I call her Miss Grandma. And we're going to see about the girls, see if we can get information, and try to find some fucking guns, because you guys all got guns around here, right? Yeah, just don't tell the government. It's like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. So I look at him like, he goes, I'm just fucking with you. I was like, are you though? So I was like, oh, and I'll give you a ride because y'all got kind of far. So we get in the car, we get there, and I could tell by the look on the dude's face, because I'm sitting in the front and Rick's sitting in the back. He keeps looking at Rick and then looking at the road. I think he can smell the shit. Right? So we get back to the crib. He runs upstairs, changes his clothes, right? And the girl was downstairs hiding under the couch, and she sticks her head out and she goes, hello. And I literally screamed like a little bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a head. The lights are off, and I saw a head coming out of a couch. It creeped me the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie. So then she apologized for scaring me. She told me what Miss Grandma was doing, and she's just hiding in the meantime. Miss Grandma's around the house somewhere. She's looking for a gun, but she's trying to do it without turning the lights on, so she's using a flashlight with all the curtains drawn. I was like, yeah, I can see that. So I go in the refrigerator and I drink her eggnog, because I wasn't supposed to, but hey, I was fucking thirsty. So Rick comes back down and is like, hey, listen.
The eggnog spiked. The eggnog was spiked.
No, it was regular eggnog, bro. So Rick comes back down.
Yeah, the granny spiked the eggnog. Oh boy.
I kind of wonder if she ever did that. But anyways, so
Did you know they sell spiked eggnog, right?
yes, I'm a grown ass man. I'm very aware. All right, so
I know I'm talking about the meaty sauce.
motherfucker, if you gonna interrupt me, can it at least not be about eggnog? Maybe make it about something cooler. Anyways, so
Granny comes to shotgun.
Eggnog is cool.
I didn't say it wasn't, but the relevance is diminishing, much like your height. Anyways, so he comes downstairs. I was like, you good, bro? I was like, yeah, I kind of sort of did like a 50-50 wash. So if you don't know what a 50-50 wash, it's basically the military equivalent of cleaning half your body. Like literally you strip naked, you're only doing half. No, that's not 50-50. That would be in a 50-50. He went below the navel 50-50. So can't say I blame him. Had new pants on, new drawers, all that stuff. So it's like, okay, look, you know these people. I don't know what's about to happen. They're obviously looking for her. And all of a sudden, it's like, look, I kind of just want to lay on the ground, make sure the door is barricaded or something. Because I figured out real quick, this is how he's catching people. He has a strong light that they can't see the gun with attached to his gun on a mount. It's not like a regular flashlight. I think it's one of those industrial flashlights. It's like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Now, for those who haven't seen them, because they're fucking crazy, there are industrial flashlights. Holy shit. They have their own fan built in, and some of them can even can be used to charge small devices. Like when you turn them on, a fan goes off. These things, they can fit in your hand, and they're capable of producing the light equivalent of like over 40 fluorescent lights in the palm of your hand.
1,000
Holy
lumens.
shit.
Yeah, they're real.
10,000 lumen lights.
They go and they're very durable and shit. So I was like, okay, well then he might have. So I was thinking, oh, that means he has a limited time so he can use that shit. Also, did he actually kill anybody? It's like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But he been shooting. It was like, okay. So, what ends up happening is, I hate when I say it in a life story, but I say it. I have to sometimes. So we end up walking back towards the fire. It's really, really died down. We just go to see if there's anybody around, right? Shit you not. Guess who blacked out next to the keg and have been perfectly fine this whole time? The two lesbians. Not even joking. Like, I don't think they ever moved from that general 2 foot, 3 foot area of the keg. The one that was already there, not the one I found earlier. Right? So I'm like, are you fucking serious? Oh man. Hey, we gotta go wake them up and move them. I was like, are you fucking serious? We're in a dark field and you want me to go over there and physically move 2 white girls who don't know who the fuck I am, and I'm gonna be the first thing to see when they wake up?
And it sucks especially because you're black. Because we're minorities, and minorities people.
Yes, and I wish that's what my cousin says. Like, oh yeah, you're right. I forgot how ugly you are. So I popped him in the throat. And I told him to go take his. I told him to go take his pink ass over there.
Well, hold on. If you were scared about them, like seeing you as being black, all they had to do was pull Dave Chappelle, put on a fucking white curtain over you, but it's fine.
Anyways, so
Yo, that'll work in the country, dude. If you really want white people not to freak out about you being another color besides white, well, you might as well be their gardener.
damn,
Zach, when's the conclusion?
like in 5 minutes. Shut the fuck up.
I want to eat dinner.
I'm not stopping you. You have a headset on. You could literally eat and listen.
Oh no, I took it off like a long time ago. Okay, anyway, yes, the pisser shitter guy in the.
Anyways,
Are you on a computer or are you on your mobile phone? Are you on a computer or are you on your cell phone?
I'm on my phone, Big Mama.
Just fucking put it on speaker and bring your phone with you.
No, she eats with her parents.
Yeah.
I told you she's grown, but she the baby. Anyways, so he walks over there and then he just stops. I was like, he comes back to me and he says, yeah, I'm gonna go get the girl in the house. I was like, hey, good idea, go right ahead. So I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna go like into this bush area and I'm gonna just chill until he gets back, wake their ass up, see if they can even like hobble wobble. Right? So, fucking shit. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so they come back. I step out. We let her go, handle her business. One of us is looking one way, the other one's looking another direction. Make sure that dude ain't gonna pop up on us. And we got snuck up on. Luckily, it was the 6'4" dude from earlier, right? So, yeah, apparently at some point in time, he just tripped and fell and hit a rock. So he was unconscious for like 90% of this little episode. Right? And then he looks at me and says, oh, there must be a cow around here somewhere. Rick shit himself just by being tapped on the shoulder. So I just look at Rick and I just tell him, I just wave at him, go fucking change your pants. I'm covering for him a little bit. So we all start walking towards the place. The girls can barely walk. I'm piggybacking one. And we go back in and we get in. So we're in the house and I just start hearing, help, help. And we're hearing it from the back porch. Rick
Miss Granny.
Yes. Rick is still upstairs, right? And I come down and well, I'm not upstairs. I'm looking at the dude, the big dude, and he was like, what do you want me to do? I was like, well, technically, I shouldn't expect you to do nothing. It ain't your grandma and it ain't my grandma. But I'm going back there and I'm just like, the lights are still off, except for the back porch, right? And she's standing on a chair. Help! Help! So then all of a sudden, boom! Somebody shot something and the left light on the porch, because there's two of them, a left and a right, went out. And then Miss Grandma says, I seen your ass. Her actual words, shoots one time, and then she says, that's why you carry a slug. I don't know what a slug is yet.
It's a shotgun round that's a solid round.
Bro.
You got different types of shotgun rounds.
I'm talking about in the story, not like right now.
Oh.
So, and that's what she did. So she came in the house and I was like, hey, come in. I was like, why are you pushing me? That motherfucker dead or I made him my future bitch. I was like, have you always talked like this?
Oh,
yes.
Damn, Granny.
Like,
Dude,
yes, you
I
just
love
weren't.
Miss Grandma.
Yes, you just weren't always 3. You ain't grown, but you know how adults do. You know we curse, so I'm gonna curse around you now. Don't worry about it. And don't drink my eggnog.
I fucking love this woman.
So she starts going to the refrigerator. She's like, I'm hungry. So I'm going into the living room now because, there's a bunch of meat shields in there in case she's got another slug. And she just like, and the lights are on. It's like, she got him. We hear the cops roll by. We wave and flag them down. The big dude tells them everything that's going on. They're getting ready to take the girl's statement. And it's like, okay, hey, you should probably get this girl's statement. And then she looks at me and she hugs me. She says, thank you for everything. It's like, well, I mean, I didn't really do nothing. Hey, that big guy is the one who, helped yank you out. I was like, no, but I appreciate you. You could have left me there or you could have just bolted and you didn't. I'm so glad I got to meet you. Are you from this state? Yeah. Lights go on in the house. She is fucking hot. Right? Gives me her number. Right? Or she's writing it down. I was like, oh, hey, let me get my cell phone real quick. I got a cell phone. I was like, oh, I guess it'll be easy to get a hold of you. He's like, yeah. What's your name? You don't know my name? Well, no, it's not like you told me earlier. It was the first thing I mentioned when I was telling you how I got put up there. Were you even paying attention? And she still likes to tell people this story to make me feel awkward and shame. The end.
What? How? Yes, because I'm going to remember your name in a heat of a crisis fucking moment, dummy.
Well, most of us don't have ADD.
Wait, it's the girl from the story Meat?
Bro, when this story happened, she might not have even been born. Also, why would I ever call Meat hot? What the fuck?
Meat?
Wait.
Hot.
Does Meat look like fucking Meatball from Hunger Team?
No, but her chin does. And this has been another exciting episode of Token Games Life Story. I will see you guys when I see you guys.